Here at Walck's 4-wheel drive, we do our best to get a lot of things made for these old Jeeps that you can't find anymore. Nobody makes them. Everything on an old Jeep, they're rusted away and gone. So a lot of these parts we have made, we get a lot of stuff made in the USA so we can try and keep quality control on it. We try to reproduce these parts as close to the factory specifications as we possibly can, so that when you get these parts, you don't have to do any modifying or messing around with them to put them on, that you just weld on or bolt on. We get these parts exclusively made for us at Walck's 4-wheel drive, and here's another Walck's 4-wheel drive exclusive part. Some of the parts we had reproduced are a lot of little things that you can't get anymore, that we found some people to make some of this stuff for us, and one of them is the throttle stop clamp. That went on the end of the throttle cable, and you tighten it down with a screwdriver to hold the cable. It went down through the carburetor and down through the linkage hole at the bottom, and then this cable stop went on here that when you pulled your throttle cable out, it lifted up the linkage to pull your gas on to rev your engine. And this was a part that you couldn't find anymore, so we had them made. Then there was also another part we found that everybody has lost, is there was a little clamp up at the top of the carburetor that screwed on right aside where the choke cable hooked on, and that held the top part of the outside sheathing of the throttle cable. And the throttle cable went through that, and it was screwed on with a screw up where the choke cable hooked on the side of the carburetor there. And then the throttle cable continued down through the linkage and went through the hole there, and then you put the stop clamp on down there. But this little clamp that we had made holds the throttle cable up at the top of the carburetor. And the two little parts that we had made that were unavailable before are very hard to find. On the CJ2As especially, we had all the Ragtop storage brackets and bowl holders and stuff made for them, and we had so much trouble with the foreign ones falling apart and breaking that we decided to get them USA made ones done, so we know that they fit and work. What we got done here was the one that went on the front of the CJ2A right by the gas tank. That held the Ragtop bows. That was the front bracket. And then this Jeep has it missing already, but then there was a rear bracket on the back here that held the Ragtop bows in the back. And they're both made out of the USA and made out of steel, just like the original ones were, you know, all ready to weld on. Then we also got, there was a bracket right behind the seat here to hold the Ragtop bow, the center Ragtop bow here. Most of the time they're rotted away or gone, or if you get a new body, these brackets aren't included in the body kits usually. And so this would be the one that went right behind the seat and was welded on top of the wheelhouse to hold the center bow. Then we also got the rear bow holders made to hold the back bow. These are welded on the back corner of the Jeep. And there's a left and a right to them, and there's also a left and a right to these. And they're also used USA made, and we made them as close as we could to the original, and those will go on the back corner and one on each side. Then we also got on the front of the windshield on the CJ2A, we got the brackets made to hold the straight Ragtop bowl brackets, the center one here and the center one in the back, and then the rod that went from the center bow up to the windshield, they were held on the front of the windshield on the inside on those brackets on the studs. And this is where these Ragtop bowl brackets went on the windshield on the inside, mounted on the studs with the wing nuts, and that held the two straight bows for the main bows, and then the small rod from the center bow to the top of the windshield.
Just putting them up under the dash.